gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the beginning of Celtic's Champions League group stage campaign. We sit here tonight patiently waiting for the teams to be announced, both for Feyenoord and for Celtic. We're going to react live to it. We're going to have a bit of pre-match discussion before we all go away to hopefully a happy night, but who knows, maybe it'll be quite a painful one. We'll just have to wait and see. Welcome along, like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to have a bit of a chat, a bit of a laugh. You will notice me constantly glaring over to this side of the camera because I'm waiting for the teams to come out so that we can have a look at it. I'd imagine that we will have them in the next 15 minutes. Usually you're getting them at least an hour before kickoff. Kickoff is of course 8 PM our time. So I'd assume that means we're going to get that very, very shortly. So bear with me. We'll be patient. We'll wait for it. And we'll see what happens. But how are we all feeling? Nice to see you all piling in. Nice to see a lot of the faithful, the usual faces. Anybody who's never usually here, hello, welcome along to the journey. It's going to be a fun 6 games and it all starts tonight. Hopefully, when I'm sitting back on this chair this evening to do my match reaction, I'll be as happy, I'll be as joyful, I'll be as smiley as I am right now. Who knows? Maybe I won't be. Maybe I'll be sad. Maybe I'll be depressed. Maybe I'll be very, very gutted. Who knows how we'll be feeling come 10, half 10 tonight, but I'm optimistic. What can I say? Am I the most optimistic Celtic fan out? I don't know. The comments section was very mixed in my match preview. A lot of people like me keeping the faith that we can do something, having faith in Brendan's boys. A lot of people not so much. A lot of people expecting a scudding tonight. So we'll just need to wait and see what happens. The team will probably decide a lot of people's opinions on how tonight will go. But I'm cautiously optimistic. That's the way that I would like to sum up. I understand that tonight this is going to be a very difficult game. It's going to be a real challenge, probably our biggest challenge so far this season. It'll let us judge where we are, despite going into this game with a lot of injuries, with our best centre-halves not available. With these little minor problems, it'll still be a really good kind of place to be able to judge Celtic on where they are right now. So I'm excited for it. Feyenoord in the Kuip is a fantastic ground, a fantastic team. So it's got all the makings of a Champions League classic tonight for somebody, whether it be Celtic or Feyenoord. We'll just have to wait and see. But ultimately, just to echo my point from yesterday's match preview, what I hope we walk away with tonight is confidence. And what I hope we walk away with tonight is faith that we can carry on in this group and there is something to fight for. If we walk away losing 3, 4, 5-0, anything like that, then we won't have that confidence. We won't have that faith. But if we manage to go out tonight with a good performance, a lot to talk about on the positive side of things, then who knows what this group stage will hold. Who knows what Celtic Park will hold. I'm seeing a lot of people saying the team is out. The team is out. Let's get a live reaction then, ladies and gentlemen. The team has dropped. The team has dropped. Here we go. It's on my screen. Present. Get it up. Share screens, ladies and gents. The Celtic team has arrived. And here it is in all of its glory. Seconds ago, we're right on the button tonight. Joe Hart in goals with a back four of Alistair Johnson, Gustav Lagerbielke, Liam Scales, Greg Taylor, a midfield three of Callum McGregor, Rio Hatate and Matt O'Reilly, and a front three which consists of Louis Palma, Dyson Maeda and Kyogo. There is your team for tonight. I've seen people already saying no Phillips. I was going to try and get time to talk on that. Remember, Phillips isn't on the bench. Phillips is injured. Brendan Rodgers revealed yesterday in the pre-match press conference that Nat Phillips rolled his ankle at the weekend. He is out. That's the reason he went off at the weekend. It was precautionary, but it's something that he's not been able to recover from in time. Yes, another centre-back injury. Could you believe it? But no, Nat Phillips is not involved for that reason. Before you keep asking and before you wonder, that is why. But there's your team for tonight, which I must say, circumstances considered, injuries taken into account, I am very happy with. I think that this is basically the best team we could have fielded tonight. The only thing that changes from my predictions is the injury of Nat Phillips, which at the time of recording I didn't know would have kept him out. And also I had Yang in for Luis Palma. But I have got absolutely no quarrels with Luis Palma starting in this game. If anything, if it were up to me, I would have chose Palma as well. I agree with the manager on that shout. But there you go. There is the team. I don't have the time to put up a reaction meme on Twitter, but there's more things to worry about. Very quickly, I'll run through it again. Joe Hart, Alistair Johnson, Gustav Lagerbielke, Liam Scales, Greg Taylor, Cal McGregor, Rio Hatate, Matt O'Reilly, Luis Palma, Dyson Maeda, and Kyogo. People like sleep under rocks. Noah Bada, yeah, he's out till December, brother. Callum, I don't know if you missed it. He's gone. Not going to see him in this whole group stage. So, yeah. I mean, one thing you do look towards here, and we do need to talk about, is the substitutes and the bench that we head into this game with. We will talk about the 11 in a moment in more depth, and I'll react to it with more detail, but the bench is not great. With the injuries being taken into account, we could be in a better position. Mikey Johnson has returned. He's on the bench, as you can see. But Scott Bain, Morrison, Yang, Turnbull, Holm, O, Tamoki, Bernardo, Forrest, Ralston and Johnston. It isn't the most inspiring bench that you want to see. Obviously, we've been left light with injuries to Abada. Obviously, our defensive injuries, which have been extensive. But listen, this is a team, an 11, which should hopefully get the job done that we need to do. That the job done is such a weird phrase to use in this game, because what is the job tonight? Obviously to try and win the game, but I'm not putting the expectation on us to win it. So what is the job? To keep the game close. That's an 11 that I think can do that. But if you are chasing the game, God, Mikey Johnson returning from injury, not the name that I want to see. James Forrest in 2023, not exactly the name I want to see. When you talk about positive changes, there isn't many there for us, but I am overall happy with the 11 that we have fielded for this evening. I will take that. Luis Palma, massive game for him, a huge stage and a huge opportunity to show what he's about and what he can do. We only got a glimpse of him at the weekend, of course. He came on with a bit of time left in the game, but not in the stage that he would have probably liked to have displayed his absolute best. This is that stage for him tonight. There's an opportunity here for Luis Palma to go out there and put out a huge performance. I don't want to put pressure onto him, and I don't think he'll necessarily be feeling pressure in this moment, but this is a huge opportunity for him. It's good to see that midfield free, and I think that midfield free for me is the key to winning this game, should Celtic have an opportunity and a chance to win it. That midfield free has to be the difference for us tonight. It's where we're strongest on the park in this game. We have our three best midfielders. We've got the three best midfielders who work well together. It's the best combination possible, and you know, it could be the point where we're stronger than Feyenoord. Now, Feyenoord are a great team and a better team than us, but putting these three players together, it is our strongest part. We need to use that tool this evening. We need to use that tool with those three together. So, yeah. Not ideal heading into a group stage campaign with Lagerbielke and Scales as your starting centre halves. One thing we've got to take an observation from tonight, a lot of Champions League debuts for Celtic this evening. Alistair Johnston making his Champions League debut. Gustav Lagerbielke, Champions League debut. Liam Scales, Champions League debut. Luis Palma, Champions League debut. There's a lot of them. This is a different kettle of fish for these guys tonight, who haven't been that up. I mean, and then you look at the bench. Then you look at the bench there, and there's obviously players who haven't played in the Champions League either. Some of the younger guys like Morrison and yeah, and Holm as well. This is a team that we need to hope can handle that pressure tonight, being away from home. But I'm not going to put heavy expectation on Celtic. My expectation is hopefully just to compete in the game. We've got every chance of winning, should we turn up and play our best. We can't go out there and make these dumb, stupid mistakes. We can't go out there and pass the ball straight to the opposition. Joe Hart can't make blunders. This has got to be a team that is firing on all cylinders this evening. Let's have a look at what we're up against, ladies and gentlemen. Let's quickly get the Feyenoord team, and then we'll come back to talking about Celtic, talk about us tonight. Feyenoord haven't posted their 11 on social media yet, so that actually can't be done yet. We can't look at the Feyenoord team. It should be out in the next 5 minutes, I'd imagine, but Feyenoord have not posted their 11 quite yet. Thank you, by the way. I think that's you, Demo. Thank you. Jealous of everybody in Rotterdam tonight, I must say. I can't wait to get to Madrid and to Rome. I wish I was there for Rotterdam. Just all came about a bit too soon, but Listen, I am looking forward to this game. There's a real excitement around it, and I've seen a lot of Celtic fans be very sort of pessimistic and negative heading into this game. And I understand that, we're heading into a group stage campaign where the squad doesn't look its strongest. We're heading into a group stage campaign with a new manager after a start to the season, which hasn't been brilliant. But look, listen, Brendan Rodgers had a decent time with his first two seasons in Champions League. Yeah, we suffered a couple of humiliating defeats, but we made it into a third place in his second campaign round. You've got to remember both of those groups we were trapped. I mean, the teams that we went up against, Manchester City, Barcelona, Borussia Mönchengladbach, Bayern Munich, PSG and Anderlecht, those were the teams that Brendan Rodgers was taking on his first 2 years. One of those campaigns we made it to a third place finish. The other one, if chances went elsewhere in the night in Germany, who knows where we could have been. But it's not time to look back, it's time to look forward. And that's, I just want people to look forward with a bit of optimism tonight. I really do. But some huge opportunities tonight on that park. Luis Palma being the one that stands out the most. Huge opportunities. Huge. And that's not an understatement. It's really sink or swim for Celtic this evening and some of their players, I think. I'm not saying it's season over if we don't win this game, but you can't ask for a better stage to make an impression and kind of really spark your season. And we got that spark against Rangers. I'm not saying that we haven't done that yet, but this could really change a lot of the people who are still on the negative side of things if we can get that result tonight. So yeah, I'm optimistic, I'm positive. I just wish that we could all share that thinking, but who knows, maybe come 10 o'clock that'll be thrown right back in my face. So yeah, Ian Wright is still injured. Marcus, he's gone. I see a few people asking, where's Bobby Lennox, where's Paul Telfer and all the rest of it. God, I know, we're without a few big names tonight, but I'm sure we'll get through it. We are still awaiting the Feyenoord side to see what we're coming up against. I'm loving this wee theme that we're getting going in the comments. Stone Cold injured. Disaster. Oh, God. Next up will be Ric Flair. So let's get some of your talking points where we wait on the Feyenoord team to drop so that we can react to our opponents. Also, if you haven't already, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think of these live streams, the pre-match squad lineup reactions. I might start doing them for more away games when I'm just sitting in the house. Granted, I'll be in Rome and Madrid, half scooshed for the next two Champions League ones, but if you like it as an occurring series, a reoccurring series for domestic games, and who knows, we can bring them. Yeah, Helen's brought up a good point. We're wearing the third top tonight, and the more that I've seen of it, the more I hate it. Not gonna lie, it was one that was growing on me the more I seen it in shops, but now that I've seen it like on the youth team tonight, the under 20s or whatnot, and the kind of photos in the dressing room, I don't really know. It's not for me. It's not for me. I don't know. Maybe it'll grow in me again throughout the game, but aye. Let's see what else. Thank God he didn't start Turnbull. Yeah, I think a lot of people were nervous, were a bit weary that tonight David Turnbull could have started again. There was no chance, there was no way we could start Turnbull, and I mean that with all due respect. But Turnbull, who I think is a talented guy and he's got his attributes, he's just too slow. And against a team like Feyenoord, who are playing very fast football, playing very good attacking football, very Marco Bielsa, Ange Postecoglou-esque football, you're not going to have much success with David Turnbull trying to keep up with that. So we couldn't have got away with starting Turnbull tonight, and I'm glad that we have went with the decision to have the best three, which is good. Should have stuck Barkas at left back, get Eddie Guerrero on the wing. Yes. Cal's bringing up that point again. It worked for you in Derby Day, Cal. It worked for you in Derby Day. Alistair Johnson still never lost a Celtic game. I mean, that hopefully carries on into tonight. We've got a few more opinions. The final team is out, apparently. Why is it not on their Twitter yet? I'm refreshing like fuck here, and I did not see the final team. Hold on. People saying it's unchanged. I still want to get the graphic up and run through it very quickly. But it is not happening for me right now. Final latest. Surely somebody's got to have put... Where is the team? Does anybody know where this team is getting posted? I'm seeing people putting it in. But I want to get a graphic up on screen for everybody so that we can all see it. It's posted on some NL newspaper Twitter. God, that's not great. Oh, wait, is this it? Nope, that's not it. Why can they not just post it on their socials? Like, aha, it's there 17 seconds ago, we've got it. Right, okay, it's time for the Feyenoord team. So let's change over our screen right now, and then we'll have a final kind of catch-up before we get ready for tonight. Feyenoord's team is with us. So, here is the Feyenoord starting 11 tonight. It goes as follows. Wellen Rutter in goals, Gertrudia, Troner, Hanko, Hartman, Vifer, Timber, Stengs, Paxal does get the start, but it looks as though that Ivanusic as well, who was talked about maybe being the forward, and Minta. So they've got three forwards out there, obviously, without some of their best starting options. They've not got Jimenez, they've not got Ueda, but they've put out a solid three. These were all three guys. All three of these names were kind of brought forward as options to lead the line tonight. Which one ends up leading the line, we'll just need to wait and see, because, you know, these graphics only do you the world of good to a certain point. But this is the team we're going up against, which, yeah, it's good. Don't get me wrong, it's good. But in terms of beatable Champions League teams, this is one of the best opportunities Celtic are going to get. They're without Bijlo, their main guy in goals. He's out. Wellen Rufer, I don't know much about him. Gertrudia is back. Yeah, it's their back four is the tough part, because that's a tough back four to break. Gertrudia, really good. I was hoping that he would have been out, but he's not. Hanko, who's brilliant. He's experienced as well, and Hartman has been spoke about as one of the best left backs in mainland Europe at this moment in time. So they've got a very strong back four there, which will be hard to break out. Obviously, a couple of names in the bench you might recognise as well. Johangash, who used to play for Brighton, I believe he's on there. Dilrosun, one of the names I recognise as well. Apart from that, I'm not going to lie and say I recognise many. But this is a massive chance for Celtic to win away from home. I'm going to try and put both up on screen now and see if it'll allow me to do that. And hopefully it does. I don't know if it will though. Maybe not. Maybe not. Let's see. Yes. Aha! Look at this. I'm a genius. Right, he's ready. He's ready. I've cracked the code. I've cracked the code. Can I just show you a window, please? No, entire screen. Yes. Yes. Aha. And then if I F11 it as well, that will probably, or F10 it, or whatever the fuck it is. How F11, please? That's not working, is it? You're gonna have to look at it like that. There you go. So there you go. Side by side, there is the teams that are out there tonight. I now seeing both teams. God, I am feeling unjustifiably confident. Which I know is going to come back and smack me at the face. But I'm feeling confident. Even with our woes at the back, it seems like Feyenoord have got their woes at the front, we've got our woes at the back, and hopefully that cancels each other out and we see quite an even game. But we are dealing with a side here who are well oiled. They've scored 17 goals in their last 3 domestic games. They won 6-1 at the weekend. They are the current Dutch Eredivisie champions. They are flying, and Peter, not Peter Bosch, sorry, other bald Dutchman. And Arne Slot is a tremendous coach, tremendous manager. So, you know, this has got all the makings of a tough tie for Celtic. It's got all the makings of it. I'm confident. I'm happily admitting that to myself. I'm confident. I just don't want to be tragically let down. You know what I mean? So we'll wait and see. There's your sides. Let's get a few more talking points in before we end off for this evening. It is 7:05. We're 55 minutes away from kickoff. 56 minutes, actually, to be precise. Holy Trinity in midfield. Power of sexy come through, says B-Mate. Absolutely, it is that Holy Trinity midfield that we've got out there. We've got McGregor, Hitati, and O'Reilly. Thank you for the donation, Beam. It's very much appreciated. It's madness how much of a difference I could have been feeling tonight if Cameron Carter-Vickers was in the side, but he's not. And that's so annoying. It's so frustrating being left without him in the team. It really is. Because if he was in there, even like if it was Cameron Carter-Vickers and Gustav Lagerbielke, God, what a feeling I'd have going in here tonight. So it's madness. Quick Vision says, good luck with the game and good luck with the Champions League campaign. Coming from a Feyenoord fan. Thank you, Quick Vision. Best luck in your campaign as well. Look at us. Friends. Ooh. Yeah, if we play like we did against Rangers, we're finished. Ball over the top will destroy us with better opposition and getting in behind. Listen, I think that this is a game where both teams will go in and they'll adjust things. They're not going to go in and just play the way that they do domestically week in, week out. Even Feyenoord, who should fancy their chances as the better team tonight, they will do things to try and stop what we're good at, what Kyogo's good at, what O'Reilly, Hatate, Maida, what they're all good at. They will change things, and Celtic will have to change things. Brendan Rodgers is like, we're talking about a world-class coach in Brendan Rodgers. He's managed at the very top. He's won trebles after trebles. He knows what he's doing going into this, and I just hope that it works. Mikey Johnson winner, you heard it here first. I will be stunned, and take my word on this right now, I will be stunned if Mikey Johnson comes on the park tonight. I will be stunned. Forrest comes on before Johnston. I want to put a bet on that, really. But who knows? I don't think Mikey will get on the park tonight. Not going to lie. God, I mean, he's the only reason he's on the bench is because probably Abad is out, to be honest. So yeah, Dyson Maida masterclass tonight, Ryan boy. I hope so. I'm really happy to see Luis Palma getting a wee start in there. Hopefully it is a kind of night where he announces himself and he shows himself as the player that we hope he can be, because that would be huge. Let's see. When did Hart say he was retiring? Hart's not retiring. Not yet, anyway. Oh, steady, Wizard. Steady. Hart's not retiring yet. Also, I don't think Josh Clark would be our keeper next season. I think if we score more goals than them, we should be fine. This could be a goal fest. I predicted 1-1, but it could be a goal fest. Both teams have the quality and the pace to hurt each other. I mean, who knows? I really just don't want us to be in that position that we were against Shakhtar last year, because we went into this reminds me a hell of a lot of Shakhtar last season. We went away from home. Shakhtar, who were on paper a better team, they had a better squad, a squad value worth more, and we were all over them, and we should have won, but we didn't take our chances. If that happens again tonight, I will be so frustrated. I will be so annoyed. So I hope I'm not coming back on here tonight talking about that, because it will drive me up the walls. So hopefully not. Turnbull to come on in the 70th minute for a knackered Hatate and score a hat-trick. Stranger things have happened. God. Put a bet on that. I would love to see how much you get back, Marcus. I'd love to see it. Nah, I know. Yeah. Anyway, I know I thought Mikey Johnson was meant to be out for a lot longer too. Unless there's another M. Johnson at the side that we don't know about. But aye, so that. Hopefully Timber and Feyenoord are going down. Yes, I mean, I have a lot of respect for Feyenoord. I have a Feyenoord top down the stairs, for goodness sake. But for tonight, it's a massive middle finger to that. I'm not going to the pub, no. I'm watching it with my father in the house. I don't like watching games in the pub. I'm not a watching games in the pub kind of guy. You get annoyed by everybody else shouting at the telly and that. No for me. Let me enjoy my game in peace. It's all right when you're at the game. But aye. Let's see. Anything else? Let's get a couple more points. Palma free kick tonight. I hope so. I can't believe he never took it the weekend. Why did Kyogo take a free kick at the weekend, by the way? What was that about? What was that all about? I don't get it. I was like, why? Why is he standing over this? And then he smacked the wall. I was like, my God. Oh my God. Wow, Noah. That's a great... Thank you. Thank you for the update. A year ago, I asked you for advice on pursuing a career in sports journalism. Next year, I'm off to play football in America and study it. Thank you. I love that. Fair play to you and good luck, Noah. I love hearing that. But yeah, Magic Johnson on the bench. 32, Magic Johnson. Yep, he's coming on tonight. Score a 3-pointer. Yeah. Will I put my Feyenoord top on if they win tonight? No, I don't think so. I don't even know if it fits me, to be honest. I ordered it in a large, and it was not a large that came. Either that or I have put on a tremendous amount of weight. So, I don't think I'll be wearing it anytime. So, it's a retro one. It's the Feyenoord top from when Larson played for them. I ordered it online. I'm not going to lie, it's a faker, right? It's not real. It's a remake. It was only like 25 quid, and I was like, bugger it. I really wanted a Feyenoord top, and I really wanted the one for Larson's at the time there. So all of that, it came, I put it on, it was fucking skin tight. I looked like, if you've ever watched Little Britain, and the Welsh, what's his name again? No, my family. For I am the only again, the village. Who is it? What's his name? Is it Darren or something? Darif? Something like that. I don't know. Him. I looked like him when he's in his skin tight latex. So that top won't be getting worn anytime soon. Aye. So anyway, right. I'm going to wrap it up there before we drag this on too long. I am buzzing. I don't care. Listen, if we get pumped, we get pumped. I just hope we win. I hope we win. David, that was it. Yes, David, that was the one. That's the one. That's it. David, yes. No, I'm a family. Aye. Now I remember his name, David. Yes. Thank you for everybody who's corrected me on that one. Thank you very much. But yeah, I'm confident. I'm happy. I'm excited. God knows how I'll feel. I can already see the clip like on TikTok. Like I'm confident. I'm happy, and it switches to make 10 o'clock straight faced like that. Fuck. Yeah, I can just see it already. But hopefully it's a good result, and I'm just hoping for positives to take into the next game. And I just don't want something that's going to cause, uproar amongst the support on social media, because when things get bad, right, like they can be bad, right? Things can be bad. But, like, some people, like, they blow things up to a massive proportion, and it does my head in. It's not the end of the world should Celtic lose tonight. If we lose badly, then yeah, I mean, there's a few things to talk about, but hopefully not. Anyway, thank you. Enjoy the game. I'll be back afterwards for the match reaction. It won't be live. It'll be a video format, just so we don't yap and drag and so yeah, make sure to check that out later tonight. But thank you to the near 700 who were in here tonight. Enjoy the game, and hail. Yes.